Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome in. It is lovely to see you. Nobu, Josh, Chester, Tom, and as always, anybody else who's hanging out and lurking. It is wonderful to have you here. And today is my last practice stream for the Speedrun event on Sunday, and is the last stream I will be doing on my channel of this game, at least for a while. On Sunday, I'm not going to be streaming to my channel. I'm going to be streaming directly on the Neighborhood Watch Team channel. However, I will be hosting them on my channel. So if you come through to my channel, you will still see me. It just won't directly be me. Those are words. But yeah. I'm a little bit nervous, but I've got a good route in mind. There are a couple of kind of tricky things I still need to practice. One of which, unfortunately, and I hate this, is required. It's a very tricky jump, and it is literally required. There's no way to skip it. There are, at late game, I've got about 2 spare trophies, which gives me a little bit of leeway. But early game, it's a very tight thing. So let's get to it. And Chester, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, that's where the speedrun event will be happening. That will be on Sunday, and that is going to be from 8 a.m. until late. I'm not sure exactly when it ends, but it's going to end late. There's going to be speedruns happening the whole day. It's our mini GDQ. And honestly, it's going to be a fun time. Last time I did Hyper Light Drifter. I think the major difference between this game and Hyper Light Drifter is that Hyper Light Drifter, controversially, is a good game. This, less so. But yeah, let us get this going. Hello, Zin. Hello, Lime. In places, yes. Hyperlight is about like incredibly precise movement. This game has a few very tricky jumps, and you've got to get good at mashing. But apart from that, this is actually a fairly easy speedrun. My problem with Hyperlight Drifter is actually the bosses. Lime is cute. Hello, Red Mage. Anyway, so there are a couple of things that I want to practice a few more times. And then I'm going to start a new game and just practice some of the early game stuff. One of the frustrating things when practicing is that once a statue is picked up, its silhouette is there, but it can be a bit fiddly. So I've been practicing a few of these today, off stream, obviously. I want to practice 9-2 again. No. Chester is correct. Go follow Red Mage. Also sub to Red Mage. I can't believe you said that Red Mage is a gorgeous person who drinks ass water. Just because it's true. Okay. Way too far. So at this point, I would have Frost Fairy. I would have Double Jumper. And I would probably, I think at this point, have Inky Painter. Inky Blaster. So this level I've only practiced once, so obviously I need to do more than that. Get up here, switch to this. That was going poorly. This is why I need to practice. Um... 9-2 is a bit fiddly. 9 boss is probably the most difficult boss in the game. It's between 9 boss and 10 boss for most difficult boss in the game. I've practiced both, but I need to practice them more. Hi, Greg. Greg, is your spacebar busted? Hey, you made it. Get that statue. Head over this way. Pirouette to get up here. Get this statue. I'm curious. What is over this way? Nothing worth worrying about. This one I remember being a bit fiddly. Nope, made it. I will probably have another practice run tomorrow. Whoops! I will probably have another practice run tomorrow, but not a practice stream. It's worth noting, load times in this game are so bad that on speedrun.com, they do have a real-time versus game time number. And live split can be fully set up to cut out the loading times. I've never had a Chester, and that sounds a bit thick for my liking. Oof, the frame rate in this game. This is on PC. Oh? Why did that fall down? I suppose because I restarted the level. I'd try it, Chester. That one's not too bad, as long as you do a good tap. Damn it! And I need that one. You know, I don't remember Chester, but I hope so. Just because Pegnog would make him sad. I don't want Chen to be sad. But something about the existence of Pegnog making people sad makes me happy. Oh my god. Oh my god, tiny door? I know what costume that's for, but it's so cute. Chester, I'm glad you appreciate Pegnog. I just have to be a bit more judicious with my taps. With Frost Fairy, you can actually, if you're willing to lose height, you can actually be a little bit less tap happy. Greg, it's a fun speedrun. It's a bad game, but it's actually a really fun speedrun. That last one is pretty safe. When this game goes on special for like $1, I would genuinely suggest buying it if anybody is interested in learning a quick, reasonably fun speedrun. With practice, the beginner's route you can get less than 2 hours. The world record is currently 1 hour and 1 minute. So you can get pretty quick at this game. Okay, so that's one thing I wanted to try. I do still need to practice it. I want to try 9 boss again. It has a few times, Josh. But yeah, if you're interested in trying this game out, don't pay a lot for it because it's poo-poo garbage. But fun to speedrun. Okay, get roughly the opposite side of him. Pound. Pop that.
A pig! So cute.
No you, Sabs. That was not optimal. And yet, I still pulled it off. I didn't pull it off optimally, but I pulled it off. That's much easier, in my opinion, with Double Jumper as opposed to Frost Fairy. Plus, Double Jumper is a costume that you can safely lose at this point in the run. That is not true of Frost Fairy. Hello, Dragon the Cutie. Okay. Now I've practiced 11-2. I need to practice 11-1. This isn't necessarily the order I would go through them in a full playthrough. This is just the order that they come to mind. Destro does make the rules about cuties. Hello, Mikey Nike. Mikey, remind me. Are you the person who hopped into my last speedrun stream to give me some advice? Because if so, you'll be pleased to know I've taken it. Oh no, Mikey, you must be a different Mikey. Things I recognize your name, and yes, it has been a while. No. Trying to be too smart. But yeah, I recognize your name, and I've been well. I'm glad you're here. Been following for 1 year, 4 months, 18 days. Okay, so no, you're definitely not the person who showed up for the first time on Wednesday. More like name blindness in this case, but sure. Get those fires, Greg. It is, Mikey. It is an awful game. Pretty fun speedrun. Mostly because it relies on all the most broken costumes in the game. Paints are my favorite place to see faces. I would go further than very odd and just call it bad. But yes, very odd is a very generous description of this game. But as I said, surprisingly fun as a speedrun. Ooh. I don't know what's happening. You want more rainbow gummies? God. You're so needy. Wait, it's this way. I need to practice 10 boss again. I don't want to practice 10 boss again. I would rather have a face on my taint, because I could hide it more easily than a taint on my face. Now, some of you may say that there's no need to hide the taint on your face. But I'm ashamed to say that I would hide the taint on my face. Can the face on my taint talk? Can it give me advice? Is it like some sort of cursed demon? I switched the wrong way. I should have switched to painter. I managed to pull it off, but that was risky. Oh no, Greg. I assume this is in your cult? Well, not your cult, her cult. No! Trying to get a quick kill there. Let me try that again. I'm probably going to start streaming Cult of the Lamb next week. Wait, was I in the cult and I'm dead? Or are you talking about the fact that I got hit in game? Because if you come back here, you don't actually lose your costume. It's a time loss, but it's worth it. Yeah, as I said, I really want to play it. I saw Scaredy playing it. I saw you playing it. Lots of people have been playing it. And I might actually be able to play a relevant game for once. Which, you know, big surprise. use a spin boost to get through that. Okay, managed to snipe. I'm always surprised by the distance that can go. Damn it! Just remember to go to the left at the start of that. I recognize that this is practice, but it still gets frustrating. Nerf, you can and must be so hot and funny. I am, Lime, you're correct. Greg, if I don't finish within my estimate, I'm just going to call it wherever I finish. I'm definitely keeping within my estimate, because that is only fair to the other runners. Oh yeah, Tom. The only way to do it. Come on. There we go. It's a bit tough. That one's still going to take a little bit of practice, but I'm consistently getting 3 trophies on it, so I'm happy with that. One thing I do want to quickly try is... Wait, do I? No, I don't. Okay. So this is not going to be like a timed run. Game audio a tad low. Okay. I did it for you, Chester. The game audio is poo-poo. Jokes aside, I'll boost that a little bit. This game is a good soundtrack. So, for anyone wondering, I actually already messed up. It's fine. I can fix it once we start. It'll be a small loss. So the timer will normally start when I pick my character. For some reason, every speedrun uses Emma Cole, and I have no idea why. He probably has a different jump. I don't, Greg. I mean, assuming that was aimed at me. One thing I quickly want to do is switched to 30 frames per second, which is very helpful in the first few levels. Different kind of Tims, Greg. I mean, I would also accept that explanation. I do frustratingly still have some practice that needs to happen in this first level. Because there's an early jump that I've been missing several times. That's the jump. And that's how I need to be doing it. Momentum plus coyote jump. Corner's a bit tight, but I made it. Lance, I know you're a nerd under all your goth makeup. Just... You're not fooling anybody. Ah, I missed the cycle. This is going to cost me a couple of seconds. Only a couple of seconds, fortunately. Greg, I'm very happy for you. You deserve good things, including but not limited to pizza. Okay. 1-1 done. We're going to try the 1-2 skip, which is pretty easy at 30 FPS, which is why I'm doing this at 30 FPS. FPS buffs the distance you get for the jumping jack, but nerfs several late game costumes, so we are going to change to 60 FPS after World 3. I take a slightly safer jump here, because if you fall from there, it's... I felt as I did it that I was doing it wrong. By returning to Isle of Tims, by the way, there is a time loss, but I don't lose my costume. So it's a smaller time loss than having to go get the costume again. That's amazing, Josh. I wasn't aware of that. And you have made my life better. So yeah, frustrating time loss, but smaller than it would have been otherwise. Go. Man, this is supposed to be easy. I mean, good thing today's not Sunday. Yeah, it's just better to take it from here. Yeah, I was way overthinking it, using far more advanced techniques than necessary. Hello, Zai. Greg, it's not. I know it's not. Okay, immediately go for the first bop. Just generally a quick and easy one. Get pig. Slight time loss there, but probably in the region of a second or two. Hello, Stitch. Okay. This is going okay. Now we go to 2-1. Two one is a fairly safe. It's fairly safe with the costumes we currently have. The plot of Balan Wonderworld? Oh, Greg, your guess is as good as mine. Maybe slightly better. Whoops. Jokes aside, Greg. Nicole has a problem that she is rich and her servants are whispering about her and she thinks they don't like her. So she runs away from home, ends up in an abandoned theater, is met by the eldritch god Balan, who leads her on a quest to help several other people. Which, to be fair, she does. I did that poorly and still got it. And then, once you've helped all the people, you eventually get back home, and you discover that, no, the servants didn't dislike her. They were whispering because they were planning her a surprise birthday party. The rich girl was liked even more than she thought she was liked. And I wish I was kidding about any part of that plot. Don't make that noise. Yes! I've struggled with that for so long. I don't know who that is, Greg. So I really can't comment. These blocks, interestingly, don't hurt you. They just push you. They don't take away a costume or anything. They just push you. It's frustrating, but not dangerous. I've been struggling with that jump recently. That's more like it. Camera, please. Okay, 2-1, pretty straightforward. I'm even getting significantly better at that one risky jump. I mean, yeah, it is. That's a good point, Josh. It is just an isekai. Okay. Now, 3-1 is where there is a very scary jump. And one that, in all honesty, I may fail. I consider this the hardest trophy in my route. Not that one. Yep. Okay. The thing is, once I get it, even if I return to Isle of Tims, I don't have to do it again. So if I can get it, it is a time loss, but it's not a severe time loss. And returning to Isle of Tims keeps my costume. So that probably adds about a minute to the run. I still wasn't satisfied with my performance there, by the way. I'm going to have to practice that a lot. But I got the statue. Which is the part that matters at this point. I'm pressing A just too soon on that. It's true, Red Mage. He is stored in the Pokeballs. Oh. There were some shenanigans happening there. Oh, 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 oh. Oh. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. These are early stages. I can't be losing time on these stages. I feel like Waylord is maximum P. Excuse me? Why did that not work? Okay. Unfortunately, I missed the cycle on this. That only cost me about 10 seconds. Go. And that jump looks a lot riskier than it is. And we're on track for our 25. No, no, Chester. I don't think any mammal has a cloaca. Whales are not birds, I'm sorry to tell you. Go. Switch to Web Wrangler, simply because it's one we don't mind sacrificing. Grab a key, which we'll need for Dusk Butterfly. Head down here. Statue. Grab Dusk Butterfly, which we'll need for the rest of this level. Turn it to night. Get our third. Oh, come on! I've done that 1,000 times now. I'm really getting frustrated now. I'm making stupid mistakes. Nerf, that is an incredibly smart answer. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, I've already got the statue, but that's how we would get it again. Yeah, that's how it should go. It's easy. Now I'm going to take the slower route here. Slower but safer. Which is to activate that. Oh, I thought I missed it, but I did not. That brings us to 22 statues, and we will get 3 from the boss. And you have to be so quick here in order to get there, and just skip the whole rest of the level. Come on. Yes. Got the first bop. She throws out some, like, powdery spores, and then a few seconds later, she drops down within range of that. Second trophy. Three quick trophies. get our next train cutscene. And we go... Oh, fuck. I must remember not to walk over that. We go straight to level 4-1. Now, I'm going to practice something on 4-2 that may take me several attempts. Because you have to be quick and precise. I have thus far proven to be neither. I mean, I say that. I'm actually being pretty quick. Now, while we're here, I am going to quickly change us to 60 FPS. Because at this point, the 30 FPS is a nerf. No. I had the wrong costume. The two purple costumes looked similar, and I do this all the time, by the way. See? That's the costume I should have had. Which cannot ride... I'm gonna take out the birds. It's not optimum speed-wise, but is much safer. There we go. Did I get the key? I did. Back to butterfly, yeet ourselves, and then just mash A to get up here. Now, in theory, Coyote Time can save me a lot of trouble here. So what I have to do is that. Drop off, then jump, then yeet. Coyote Time is a thing in a lot of platformers, Greg, where after you fall off a platform, you can still jump for a few frames. Named after Wile E. Coyote, who stayed in the air even after he should have fallen. This game has infinite Coyote Time. If you fall, and you still have a jump, you can jump no matter how far you've already fallen. Which is very useful for speedrunning. Because it means you can do things like that to get around weird corners. It allows you to make certain jumps longer, especially... Yeah, but that's what it's named after. It was the term wasn't invented for this game. So this is going to be a bit risky. But what I have to do is get around there, get around there. And get there. Pulled it off. So that's a quick statue you can get, and you have to be quick. Hey, this can be quite a technical boss. Oh, vitamin D is rad, Chester. So I'm going to start by changing to my Aero Acrobat. He's going to fly overhead, try to drop some things on my head. Fail to do so. And you're not supposed to be able to hit him quite then. But you can. Swap out our butterfly for the sheep. Get as much height as we can. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 bops, which is weird. Switch back to our acrobat for the final hit. Because this is when he summons his torpedoes. Just bop one back, bop his nose, and you're done. 4 boss just has a few slightly technical things, like the first hit is a bit fiddly. The rest is actually really straightforward. Thank you, Red Mage, I appreciate that. Now that we have Soaring Sheep, we can go and get Double Jumper, which is the first completely broken costume in this game. Not the last. Honestly, I'm overall pretty satisfied by my performance against the bosses. This is unfortunately somewhere where we do have to swap out a costume. Which costs a little bit of time, but not too much. Especially since we only need to swap out 1. We need Dynamic Dolphin and we need Soaring Sheep. We technically don't actually need... wrong way. We technically don't actually need Jumping Jack, but it would have taken longer to swap it out than to leave it. Up here, through the water bubble, up. Grab this key, but not the baseball. We go for this corner and miss it. It's a very fiddly jump, which I frankly am not particularly good at. I've seen people do amazing speed on the sheep mash. I am not those people. There we go. And then we actually want to lose our jumping jack. Double Jumper can get everywhere Jumping Jack can get, and several other places, because it has verticality. And especially if you're willing to risk a little bit of coyote time there, you can cross that gap easily enough. There we go. Damn it! Ah, that should be an easy one. I appreciate that, Chester. I do get heated. I just don't express anger too much in general. It's worth noting as well, if you ever do speedrun this game, which, why? There's an easier way up there, using these. So not only does every costume have different jumping, every costume also has different running speeds. Gummy is doing well. Gummy's doing particularly well at the moment. This is kind of a fiddly one. But you get up there, and you can completely skip that mini-boss. That should have gone slightly cleaner, but it went, in a way. I'm going to try for a slightly risky strat here. I've managed to pull it off several times. Because now we're going into 2 boss. I need to keep sheep, and I need to keep double jumper. At this point in the game, those are the most important costumes. Now she's gonna laugh and launch jellies at me. So this is where the risky strat is. I can get a very early hit on her. And it's that one. It doesn't look like a risky strat, but it is. Because that is not the intended way to bop. Quick and clean 3 trophies. Now that we've got double jumper, we head into 5-2. We don't yet have the costume that makes 5-1 completely broken, but double jumper and sheep is enough to do a pretty clean 5-2 and pick us up, I think, 4 extra statues. Also, stage with pretty good music, I'm gonna say. I mean, honestly, this game just has good music. One really quick costume there. Hop up on top of the torches. Up here. Up here. Should have Coyote timed it. Nobu, I think that's a wonderful idea. If you ever see someone speedrunning this game other than me, or frankly, even me, and you see them miss a jump, probably 70% of the time, they missed the jump because they didn't Coyote time. It is the meta. Yeah, I've already got that statue, so I can just hop up here, here. There we go. Get a quick statue there. This one's a bit fiddly, but you go for distance instead of height, and it's fairly straightforward. Up here. Up here. Now we're gonna sheep. But it doesn't require any significant mashing. It's Probably the easiest use of sheep in the speedrun. And then we're basically done. Here we go. 5-2. Even with a bit of a fluff up, still a pretty clean one. Now, on to World 6. In 6-1, weirdly, starts at a completely normal level. There are no tricks to start with this, because we're going to get the most useful costume in the entire run in World 6. There may have been a small amount of sarcasm in that sentence. We get Gear Prince. A costume that opens one door. We no longer need Gear Prince. And yet, nobody has figured out a way to get around it. Missed the cycle on that, but that's fine. No. Oh, chat, I'm a fool. I tried to be too quick. I thought the fool was Balan, but the fool was me. Hit this checkpoint because we're actually gonna do a slight sacrifice here. This is not a required statue, but it is a useful statue. Did I miss it? I missed it. That is a problem. I've never got this one before. So I forgot how high up it was. It does a little bit, Chester. So yeah, this is one. I'm just practicing. I'm not too concerned about my time on this one. Greg, is that just you informing us? Because, thank you. You know, if I just float like this, it will be easier to do that. And then you land there, you switch to Gear Prince, and you sacrifice him. Oh. It was me, chat. The fool was me. This is not the optimal way to go if you've got double jumper. Well, what is the optimal way to go if you've got double jumper? Because I shouldn't have to wait. Just I know there is a faster way to get up here, but I'm struggling to find it. Regardless, I got there. Yeah, Chester, it's my aesthetic. Deal with it. We are, Crow. I've got a fairly well set up route at this point. I'm just doing some last minute practice because I've got an event I'm running on Sunday. And I'm going to pick up 3 statues in 6-2. I only need 1 in order to be able to unlock the next area. But the 3 statues gives me a little bit of leeway for later. Crow, I hope you know that you're included in that assessment. Hop up here. Hop onto the cushion. Up there to the book. To the top. Switch to sheep. And we can do a pretty lazy mash here since we start out pretty high up. Get that one. I like to use that switch to make my life a little easier. Hop over here. Get the Air Cat costume, which is only really useful in this level. God damn it. I'm frustrating myself. I'm frustrating myself because I knew I was doing that jump wrong as I did it. It's fine, Crow. Just go into your bunker until you're done. Okay. I'm not going to do the whole thing again, because I think I've shown that I'm fairly competent at getting 2 there. But I'm going to hop down here again in order to... and it's from here to what's called a bucket jump. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Second statue. Gets me there. And now one of the worst cheap mashes in the entire route. Yes! Ice Mage, yes. Oh, I got it. Chad, I'm so happy. Six boss can be a bit fiddly. Honestly, the rapid tapping is the only thing I hate about this speedrun. Hello, Juice. And if it were allowed, I would get a turbo controller just for that. I don't believe it's allowed. You want to get Pumpkin Puncher. You want to punch that. You want to punch in the belly. Now this one, the timing is horrible. But you want to get Chrono Bunny. And you want to bop him in the belly, which I didn't do super well. Oh. I frunked up, but I only lost a costume that doesn't matter. Well, Crow, maybe you shouldn't be a boss in a really, really weird RPG then. Okay. Next is 5-1, and I'm going to get another kind of safety trophy. I love Factorio. I'm just very bad at Factorio, Smage. Especially once it comes to heavy oil cracking and fluid processing. Yeah. Shut, Chester. Oops. Go. Oh no! I'm completely wrong. I'm here too early. I do not have the correct costume. Completely jumped the gun there. This is why I need to have my notes up on Sunday. In fact, we need to go to 8-1 first. Hell yeah, Chester. I've seen a lot of TikToks of Mortuary Assistant. It looks like not my type of game. It looks creepy as heck. What is Crastorio? Here is another sheep mash. But I don't find this one nearly as difficult as the previous one. Partly because the platform does come... Okay, I've got that every other time. This is just not my day. So, chat, how's your day going? Mine's going poop, apparently. I mean, I say that. I've actually made really good progress. Because I've been doing this new playthrough for, like, less than an hour. So, not amazing time. I've made a lot of mistakes. But given that I've made a lot of mistakes, pretty okay time. Oh! That's not a two-word combination that I like, Crow. I think it's important that you understand that. It's gonna happen again. God damn it, what is going wrong? Okay, I'm gonna do that a slower, more consistent way. I think at this point in my speedrunning journey, slower, more consistent is a perfectly valid thing to do. Because if I go to the other spot, it's a pretty lazy, sheet mash. It's just frustrating because I've done this several times. But yeah, to get to this one is a lazy sheet match. Yeah, this adds probably a minute to my run. I can live with that. Pro, you're being immensely funny today. I'm very proud of you. Frost Fairy cannot get quite as far as the best sheep mash, and cannot get quite as high as the best of what you can get from Double Jumper, but can get very far and very high anyway. So in spite of not being the best at everything, remains probably the most overall useful costume in the game, and will remain widely used until... God, I don't know when we stop. I don't know, do we stop? No. This is used all the way to the last level. What? What? I did too well. I'm mad. I did that jump too well. By the way, the reason I keep coming back to the Isle of Tims is if I lose my costume, it can be a major time loss to get it back. But if I come back to the Isle of Tims before I die, you don't lose the costume. Okay, so yeah. This is unquestionably the safer route. And you know what? I'm going to start getting that checkpoint for safety, that if something goes wrong... by the way, I know I've got these trophies already. I just want to practice them again. Yeah, so that if something happens, I can quickly come back to a place where I can get my Frost Fairy back. That's what I should have done. I went too far. Then you can do what are called pirouettes to gain some height. Get up on top of this switch. And then... Oh, there's another one of those there. Wait, where's the... Oh, yes. You can sneak through here. Free quick statue up here. And we actually want to switch back to this for several things later. Now we actually have several options for where to go. I'm going to start by going to World 7. And we're going to clear out the whole of World 7. 7-1, 7-2, and 7 boss, all in one clean sweep. Oh yes, this is the guy who needs the help of an Eldritch God because he lost a game of chess that one time. I'm not even kidding. As far as I can tell, he lost once and it turned him into a chess-themed monster. Excuse me. I was climbing that. This is a slight time loss, but is a good safety trophy. And I'm currently in the position of needing what everything I can get. God, Chester, the timing on that was a thing of beauty. Chat, I fell. There we go. No! How did that... How did I not land that? There we go. So this is a trick I tried on Wednesday and eventually succeeded at. With the sheep, but it's much more difficult with the sheep. Much easier with Frost Fairy than with Soaring Sheep to get that. However, I'm going to switch back to sheep for this end part. Not because it's only possible with sheep, but because I know for a fact that it's possible with sheep. I've never actually done it with Frost Fairy. Hi, Luca, you cute. Red Mage can back me up on this. Luca cute. And there's no denying it. Marry the color never seen before, because it's always going to be something interesting. Kill Cthulhu, he's boring. And the black between the stars, come on, that's going to be a hell of an experience. Also, I'm surprised no Shub Niggurath, the black goat of the woods with the 1,000 young. Because you know she's going to be a good mother. Like, that's marriage material. Oh, Luca, that's cute. You think tentacles are still special to me. Have a good lurk, Red Mage, and thank you. I do need the luck, even though this is going shockingly well, I think is the phrase I would like to use. So, There's a very quick strat here if you've got better mashes than I have. But by using Frost Fairy, you don't need the quick strats. Okay, but if you're gonna be a dummy, oh. They call me Mr. Pig. Premium dummy. All the time I saved, I lost. Buttspot does not lie. We all know this to be true. Next part I'm going to do with sheep as well, because as has happened several times, I know this works with sheep. I don't know if this works with Frost Fairy. As long as you keep having things to fall to, sheep has infinite distance. That is not true of Frost Fairy. Which means there are certain very difficult gaps that are much easier to cross with sheep. Here's thing, Mr. Slam Jam McGam. There is a slightly scary bit over here. That's not it. This is. These bricks have weird collision. And in spite of being a speedrun, it's worth taking your time here. Damn it. This is potentially bad. Oh, that's a hell of an image. Thank you. Okay, so I have had better performance on this level. This is still okay. Are you going to slam inner? You are. What? Excuse me. Actually, excuse me. What happened there? I'm actually mad. Yeah, these costumes are fine. I get to be mad, but the costumes are fine. I don't need to get the flower again. I guess I just need to go much closer, much sooner. Okay. See, this is what should have happened. I should have bopped him. I'm not quite sure why I didn't. Okay, get a bop. Then you want to be as close to the far right, the front right as possible. Because that's the first bullet bill, but if you miss that one, you do have other options. Oh? I apparently missed one, but it's fine. Well, not missed. I took damage. I'm not sure how, but I did. Still leaves me in a pretty good spot. Now I can go to 5-1, which needs Double Jumper and Frost Fairy, and nothing else. It can be a bit of a fiddly level. This I'm still practicing quite a bit. Yeah, that's always a bit frustrating, Crow. Although I believe that is a consistent issue. Excuse me? I believe that's a consistent issue with Kojima games. Oh, this is just going in all the worst ways. Crossing that is easy. That statue quickly. Okay, this is an issue I've heard about but never experienced. After picking up a statue, always jump once. Because sometimes the game just eats your next jump for no reason. So literally, I did nothing wrong there. The game just ate my jump and made me fall to oblivion. It's not consistent inputs for the skips? Oh, that is so frustrating. Everything's consistent in this game. There's one button. Yeah, you should do a jump after the statue. Otherwise, you might not have a jump. We get there. It's pretty safe. I cannot for the life of me get up there in one jump, but I can get there in two. There we go. We only get 2 statues in this level. But that's fine. And we can get either 2 or 3 in this boss. I'm going to go for 3. Okay. Here's the first one. Nice and straightforward. And then we want to get Guardian Bird for the second one. Okay, and watch for the shadow of the birdhouse. And bop it. Brings me to 75, a number I'm slightly concerned about. Just going to go through these in my head. I've done 6, I've done 2, I've done 7, I've done 1, I've done 4, I've now done 5, I've done 3. Ah, okay. No need for concern. I haven't finished 8 yet. So I am in very good position. The order of levels for a little while here is not super tight. That's an interesting point, Crow, and one I hadn't considered. But yeah, I could have done 8-2 and 8 boss now. So often overshoot that. But heck. I've been practicing. It's still frustrating to mess up things that I've done 1,000 times. I'm just gonna go this way, which I know is safe. Did I not pick up a key? I didn't pick up the key. Oh, chat. You know what? I'm actually going to restart this level. Not as a time thing, but just I need to practice. I need to practice not getting a key. So yeah, we've reached a point in this run where really what your third costume is tends to be level dependent. We'll almost always have Double Jumper, we'll almost always have Frost Fairy, and then the third thing for a while is not going to stratify. That'll only stratify in 10-1. I specifically didn't overshoot it and still managed to overshoot it. That's kind of impressive. We get Rail Runner, who runs on rails only. Nice, Greg. Thank you for telling me. I'm gonna try a trick here. If it succeeds... No. Okay. If it succeeds, it's about a 10-second time save. But it's a pretty safe trick to try because there is no time loss. Sorry, no, not there's no time loss. There's no risk. If it doesn't succeed, it just... nothing happens. Excuse me, camera. Could you not? Not the plan, but sure. There is an expert route from here that does not... that saves probably a minute or so, but it is not necessary, and frankly, I tried it like 8 times and didn't even land part 1 of 3. So I'm not trying it. Probably doesn't even save a minute, to be honest. Okay. Slightly tough jump here. Although not really, since you only need to get across here. Now let's finish off World 8. We have everything we need. We're going to get 2 statues from this, and then 3 from the boss, leaving us at 83. Which is pretty good, given that we need 80 for the next set of levels. We immediately turn around, snag a free trophy here, and do some very careful but slow taps here. If we get this far, we're fine. Anything beyond that is just for fun and usefulness. Oh no, we get 3 statues here, meaning I'll be going into the last set of levels with 84 statues. Which is a good number. How's the cycle on this? Nope, Spike Ball coming back. I would rather take the time loss than risk the costume loss. Go! Easy statue, that one. Luca, it's not. I guarantee you there are places that will deliver fries to you. I can't guarantee that. I just think it's incredibly likely. This is a level boss where you abuse your switching iframes like nobody's business. Charge up. When those drop, smash the central crystal. Bop that. Now the timing on this part is honestly a little bit fiddly. There we go. Double jumper is terrible on ice, but if you're in the right spot, that works. Oh, it's so slow. There we go. Easy peasy. Bro, shush. Nobody knows about my side business. 84 is very nice going into the last set of levels. Pikmin, I'm actually fine. I'm doing reasonably well at the speedrun. And I've made a ton of mistakes. But I'm still... yeah, I'm doing okay. 10 is over here. It's a good name for a place. How are you, Pikmin? Here. Head up here, flip things. Right up here. Snag that. Get the Inky Blaster. I performed something there called a cutscene skip, which doesn't actually skip the cutscene. It skips the 2 seconds it takes to do your transformation. By doing the transformation during the cutscene. Head up there. Tried to do a cool skip there. Come on. I frequently forget that statue, so I'm glad I remembered. Damn it. Yeah, I missed the cycle there, and I should have just accepted that I'd missed the cycle. That's where I needed to get. Ooh, Crow, now that's an idea. Marry regular fries. We all know that is a relationship built to last. Bed curly fries, because let's be honest, what are curly fries if... wait, where do I go from here? I think I just go straight across. Nope! Not losing my costume because I was confused. No! Juice, I'm gonna fuck curly fries because they're the exciting one on the side. I'm gonna marry regular fries because they're reliable. I'm not a big fan of waffle fries. They do when I'm through with them, Chester. I'm sorry, that was unnecessary. Okay, so we can all acknowledge that went poorly. I have some improvements to make. It doesn't help that this is an incredibly circuitous level. So I would get key. I would get thing. I would Inky Blaster. Door's already open, so I don't need to worry too much about that. I would get statue. I would yeet. Yeet Self specifically. Okay. We head up here. We head up here. These last stages are still more practice than anything else. Way. Head up here. And then, okay, it is just across. I confused myself for no reason. Good, Chester. Somebody wants to, at least. Okay, we head up here. Use pirouettes to avoid the blade. Get the Balan statue. Hop up there. Pirouettes again to avoid the blade. Head up here. Not at all necessary, but I choose to take these guys out because they have given me trouble too many times in the past to be ignored. Use iframes to get through here. Wrong costume, but still iframes. Uh, 10-1 is good because it's a relatively short level. I can give you six statues, including that very hard to see one. So Pikmin, part of the reason is my current costume is the Frost Fairy, which can kind of create ice platforms in the air, which is what gives it so much distance. I'm also using a technique where I basically tap to extend that distance instead of just holding down the A button. But also, this game's just pretty slidey. 12-1. I'm actually just going to pull up my notes to make sure I have the right order here. 10-1, then 12-1. Good music on this level. Oh, Pikmin, do not play this. This is a very slidey game. And not... The thing is not when you're going forward. Only when you're turning. Sir, don't laugh at me. I'm trying my best. There we go. Slightly risky there, but I pulled it off. There is a fiddly jump here, but it's actually fairly safe. In the sense that if you screw up, you don't fall to your death. See? If you mess up, you just fall down there. Come on. Nope. Come on. done this so many times. And this is unfortunately a long level because it's got 2 auto-scroller sections. So any time loss here is not ideal. I don't know why I'm struggling so much with this one. Should be a pretty straightforward skip. Juice, if I'm less... if I can get a sub 2 hour, which is possible, then I might submit it, yeah. This should not be this difficult. That was worse than usual. Good. I have to keep pirouetting. If my performance is like this on Sunday, I'm not going to have to worry about submitting. Oh, I'm so close. No, I fell at the last second there. Nope. There's slightly higher spot. Sometimes feels like it. See, sometimes when I pirouette, I'm not properly pirouetting and I'm not gaining any height. Which is understandably essential for this trick. Let me just pull up the video again. I haven't done this a lot today, but I am struggling with it. And this is an important enough skip that I have to get good at it. I am also going to pick up one non-standard statue on this one. Okay, so we get up there. Get up there. Okay, so it looks like my problem is I need to, in spite of how little time there is, how little space there is, I need to do a bit of a running jump. Which, as you can see, is not the easiest thing in the world to do. Ah, almost. Ah, just right there. Nope, fell off. And this wall is doing me no favors. Nope. Damn it. Bedweight behead. Eating more for iron, eating your spoons for iron, cooking in cast iron pots for more iron. I mean, marry eating more for iron, because eating more is just... It's just how you have a good life. Cast iron is good, so I'll fuck that. Don't eat your spoons. Let's try this again. Meanwhile, I'm going to check the video again. I'm going to kind of do a running jump off for some... I'm having a lot more difficulty than I have before. Because I practiced this earlier, and it took me 3 attempts. Which is not bad. Me too, Stitch. It's very exciting. Don't look at me like that. Frustrating. Getting a cramp in my leg because I tend to tense my leg when I'm doing things like this. Just not getting the height. Oh. Stitch, I'm not going to be streaming on my channel, so not an option, unfortunately. Oh, come on. I had a good stretch before I went live. Oh, man, it was so close. Thank you for the sparkles, Luca. Oh, fell down. Okay, let's just see from here. See, I don't think I can get the height I need, in spite of having done this several times. Ah, my hands are getting sweaty now.
Alright, it's decision time, so would you rather have a punch in the face or a kick in the balls?
Compared to this at the moment, Stitch, I'd rather have either. Luca, always listen to your taint. Taint is deep. Okay, let me check this. Again, having done it twice now. I think part of the problem is I'm not super good at my pirouettes, which I need. I do. Stitch. The taint is the area between the ballsack and the butthole. Yeah, Patanium. You know what, at this point I'm going to take the time loss. I'm not doing this consistently. I'm going to take the time loss. It's frustrating, but this adds like maybe a minute. And I can even get that statue without difficulty afterwards. Oh, it does add this, which is frustrating. So yeah, that's frustrating, but at this point I need consistency, and I was not getting consistency. Okay, and this, if you're ever speedrunning, good opportunity to have some water. This is an auto-scroller where nothing happens. If you're ever a bit scared of the lasers, you can just switch through them. You need to take out these enemies, which is easy enough to do. We can Frost Fairy across here. Not strictly necessary to take these guys out, but still useful. I believe we have 2 more statues left here. That's good to hear, Luca. I was not aware of the channel, but it sounds very good. We can be a little bit speedy here. You know, this being a speed run and all. Stand at this corner, switch, double jump, and get a free costume. Free statue. And I got the good cycle on this. Not perfect cycle, but a perfectly fine cycle. Now, what comes after 12-1? 11-2. Whoops. Ice physics are annoying. Don't play Balan. Although Balan doesn't really have ice physics. It just looks like it does. A lot of turning is a little bit slippery, but it doesn't have traditional ice physics. Stitch, you're smart. Good music in this level. Although I will say, that is not the exception in this game. This game has good music. It doesn't have much going for it, but it has very good music. Okay, second hit. And third hit. Nice and quick. Pretty safe mash here. Yeah, WD-40 is not a lubricant. It's a water displacement. That's what the WD is for. Okay. After 11-2, we do 10-2 and then 10 boss. I should have skipped that cutscene. Oh well. Yes, please drink some water, Stitch. Nice, Stitch! I am nowhere near that point, because I've been mostly playing this for a while. 10, I believe, is over here. That's very exciting, Stitch. Thank you. This place can be maze-like, but you just follow this blue streak to begin with. Once you get up here... wasn't perfect, but I pulled it off. Sorry, I went the wrong way. Go. This is a pretty quick level, and I think we only get 2 trophies. No, we get 1 trophy. And now, one of the 2 toughest bosses. Aw, I'm sorry, Stitch. No! What even happened there? How did I miss from that range? Shovel Knight's fantastic. I will say... Wait, 10 is over this way. I think one of the DLC campaigns is even better than the base game. Come on. Thank you. That's not great. I'm gonna get my Inky Painter back. This is not going wonderfully. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Ah. I managed to get a quick hit on the second phase. But unfortunately, it cost me too much time on the third phase. Go. Little cleaner. Enjoy the lurk. Got him being dumb. And I'm taking unnecessary risks. I don't need to... Excuse me? How is this not hitting? Oh my god. That was just BS. I genuinely don't know how that wasn't hitting. Stitch, please, you have to be careful. especially with your back. Sore back does not sound like a good thing, Stitch. Like, I'm not a doctor, but still. Okay, I'm gonna take the slower hit here. No, it's fine. It's fine. This is how I wanted it to go. There we go. One. Get there in time. Yes. That was incredibly unclean. Really unhappy with my performance there. But after 10 boss is 9-2 and 9 boss. 9 is back this way. No, 9's right over here. Nine 2 isn't too bad, and it is our last use of the double jumper. Thank you, Stitch. That is an incredibly kind thing to say. Come on. Yep. Let's hit that just in case I find myself needing to come back. This can be a bit of a risk. No, pulled it off. This is a bit of a risky one. Unnecessary, but I picked them up because I wanted to. Go! Pretty tough boss here, but I've become more consistent with this boss than with some of the others. Now we have to get roughly opposite him and pound. Just got that in time. Then during his tantrum, I just have to keep switching between these two and I should be safe. Yes, got the quick second hit. That makes me incredibly happy because it's a tough one. Oh, that was incredibly satisfying performance. Especially that second hit can be rough. And where do we go now? That was 9 boss. So 11-1, 11 boss, 12-2, 12 boss. It's still not quite the pace I want, and I've made a lot of mistakes. But it looks like we'll finish long before my stream would normally end, which is still pretty satisfying. Here. We're not going to need the statue. In an incredibly rare but satisfying moment in gaming, we're gonna have more than we need. Now, I'm not going to use that to modify my route in any way. Because some of the bosses you can screw up and only get 2 statues instead of 3. I would rather end the game with a few more statues than strictly necessary. Okay, we're going to stand on the corner here and mostly just swap between costumes. So that. Okay, this is a bit of a risky one. Nope, I got the hit. So we only get 1 statue from this fight. Which, given that we only need 1 statue to finish the game, is actually plenty. But yeah, it is just a thing worth noting. In spite of the fact that we get the 3 hits, because of the way we do this, we only get 1 statue. So honestly, not a difficult boss. So yeah, you can't fight the final boss until you finish the game. Or I would argue, fairly reasonable reasons. Like, they want you to play the dang game. But 12-2 is now the final boss, and since I know we have enough statues, we can actually take a slightly quicker... Yeah, we can do 12 boss slightly quicker than usual. So we need some different costumes this time. We need Inky Blaster. Weirdly, we need Jelly Jolt. And we need Frost Fairy. Frost Fairy is going to be our main traversal one. We need Inky Blaster for fighting. We've seen it's very effective at that. Jelly Jolt is an interesting one because we don't actually need it in this level. Ah, cease. We need to take out all of these guys. Yeah, we need Jelly Jolt for 12 boss, but there is between the end of the level and the boss, there's no way to choose more costumes, so you've got to get it here. There is a risky statue here on the left, but I don't need to take those risks. This does bode well for my whole route. I hit that, you heck. What? What was happening there? Interesting. Not what I meant to do, but... Ah, thank you. I did a hydrate, did a posture check, and you didn't... Ah, thank you. This is fine. I'm just going to do 12-2 again from the start. In order to reach what I was aiming for, which is a full run by the end of the stream, I've got 20 minutes to do 12-2, 12 boss, and Lance. And in spite of everything, Lance is a pushover. You wouldn't think so for the final boss. I want Inky Blaster. I want Frost Fairy. I want Jelly Jolt. So yeah, hitting that one switch turned out to be my undoing. Who would have guessed? By the way, this enemy pattern is random every time. It can sometimes be horrible. This time it was not horrible. actually going to wait this one out. As I said, there is a risky trophy here on the left. But with 110 trophies already, why would I take a risky trophy? The answer is, I wouldn't. Okay, let's try this again. That's more like it. Now, we just yeet. We yeet self into abyss. Except it's not an abyss. I'll quickly grab the trash can trophy, because why wouldn't I? This is a bit of a risky one. Just because there's so much stuff happening. And once you get here, you can just tap across. This boss is invulnerable for roughly 2 slams. So you can use that to figure out the timing on that. And here, there are going to be snipers that try to snipe you, you know, like what snipers do. But if you keep changing costume, you keep spin boosting, they can't actually target you. And we'll be able to do cheap strats on 12 boss, because we don't need any statues from him, but we certainly don't need 3 statues from him. I mean, it genuinely is, Red Mage. It's about a full second that you get. Okay, so for this one, you want to lose Inky Blaster, suck up a bomb, dodge the rest of the bombs. And then you want to be at about the 4th row back. And when he leans forward, you shoot a bomb into his mouth. Oh no, Inky Blaster is not one you want to get rid of, because it's very good for this. Weirdly, Frost Fairy is the one you want to get rid of. Not a disaster by any means. I hate that you're right, Red Mage. That's all this is. It's just max adaptability. So, Jelly Jolt is immune to electricity attacks. Or should be? No. Oh, I completely frunked that up. Enough that I'm going to start it again. I wouldn't start again on Sunday, But I do want to get some practice in. And I'm not sure why that didn't work. I'm going to go with the setup I had. It's just interesting that as important as the Frost Fairy was, we don't care about Frost Fairy anymore. Jelly Jolt we care about immensely. Okay, again on about the 4th block back. Inky Painter is good because you can snipe that. I just had to jump a little bit earlier than I did. And there is a 3rd phase that you can do. Almost didn't make that. But you have to go through this phase anyway, so if you've got enough trophies already, you don't need to do the 3rd phase. You can do this, which is a little bit quicker. Okay. This is the final Polar Express. And we are going to want to go in with Jelly Jolt, with Inky Painter, and perhaps surprisingly, with a costume we've used exactly once, Guardian Bird. Which is by no means required, but is a useful backup in case something goes wrong. Which it really shouldn't. Lance is not a difficult boss. So, he starts with Shadow Clones, the one with the brighter face in this case. Him is real. You just have to bop him. Then he's going to do some undodgeable lasers. Well, possibly dodgeable. But who needs to dodge when you have the ability to spin boost through anything? And he tentacles. Oh, what? Oh, I don't know what happens now. Ah. Huh. That's interesting. I don't know if there's any way to do it without Inky Painter. Like, there probably is. But I've also never had it go wrong, so, you know, that's exciting. That's what practice is about, right? Wait, I missed Guardian Bird. And once again, Shadow Clones, he is number 4. Thank you, Chester. Still more difficult than I expected. Now I'm going to intentionally take a hit here and lose my Inky Painter. Because losing one costume will actually speed up the start of phase 2. Sounds crazy. And he Shadow Clones again. He's number 4 again. Have good Borger. So, yeah. He turns into Giant Dragon. And this phase is a must-lose phase of the battle. He does have a giant death laser. But turning yourself into a sacrifice is the fastest way to do this. Like, he hasn't even done his death laser yet, and we're already through that phase. And all the people we helped give us gifts. Which is honestly not an awful idea. Bait his fist over here. What? Oh. This is going awfully. Part of my problem is I don't know what to do if you fail at that phase. I think I was a little bit too hesitant. Hey, this is what practice is all about, right? Smage, one of the gifts is Pilk, and no, you may not return it. That's ungrateful. Drink your Pilk like a good boy. He keeps being the 4th one. There we go. That's the performance I'm looking for. Once again, willingly sacrifice our Inky Painter. He keeps being fourth, it's weird. Okay. Okay, yeah. I think I was just a bit hesitant. Because that's what I'm meant to do. Nice and easy. Second phase. Make sure you're not on the brightly glowing tiles. And now he is going to Death Laser again. But fortunately, we can still survive. And now he is going to collapse from overexertion. Don't get too close, because if he crushes you, you have to do the whole fight all over again. Damn it. What is even happening? What is my luck? When did I lose that? Okay, so I am at 60 FPS. I thought maybe that was being nerfed. I don't know how I missed that. It's supposed to be straightforward at that point. Whatever, I guess. Yeah, I don't have a Guardian Bird. And I don't have a Jelly Jolt. Okay, so... So we're not going to see the final boss tonight because I'm not going back for those costumes. That's kind of an anticlimax, but yeah, that was the final bit. And I just could not make it across. I don't know why. But I'm mad. Anyway, thank you for joining me for the anticlimax of the year. I still think I'm on the right track for a sub 230 on Sunday. Because in spite of all the insane problems I had, I was still on track for a sub 230 until I messed up Lance several times for reasons that I'm still not sure about. Anyway, let us see who's live for rating. I mean, I know the answer is several people. Oh, Hoshi's live. Hoshi might be a nice cooldown after this. Yeah. Yeah, how do we feel about rating Hoshi? Remember, Hoshi is a very gentle streamer. No profanity, nothing like that. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining me. As I said, bit of an anticlimax at the end. You'll see better on Sunday, but I'm still relatively satisfied with what I've managed to do today. It didn't go awfully, and even with the immense problems I had, I still managed to get to the final boss. So I'm feeling reasonably confident. I will see you on Sunday, but again, not on my channel. On the Neighborhood Watch Team channel, there will be a speedrunning event live from 8 o'clock till very late. I will see you all then. Have a good evening, everyone. Ciao.